Today, Chad and I are going to be checking out this Hemi Powered 1967 Dodge Coronet. Just a really neat car.
Yeah, super cool car, Dalton. This one's done in the light silver blue, which is the original color on this car. This car's had one repaint, Dalton, back to the original color years ago, and they did a fantastic job.
One of the coolest things they did, though, was put that big Hemi under the hood.
Yeah. Before we even get to that big Hemi, let's talk a little bit about the 500 series. So this is a 500 series. They made a couple different series, the 440 series, the 500 series. So this is dang near the top of the line until they went ahead and went to the RT. Okay, this next one under that. This was originally not a Hemi car. Very few Hemi cars were produced, but they went ahead and they put this Hemi, dual quad Hemi in here. And man, that thing just completely fills up the engine compartment, don't it?
Yeah, it does. There ain't much room left.
They did go ahead, watch yourself in the fan, but they did go ahead and strap it down just like they would here because you don't have much room. So they went ahead and put the plates in like they should, strapped it down. You got just very little clearance on both sides here. Yep. Brand new Napa battery. It does have the factory fender tag on it still. And when they did the paint job years ago, they did a great job under the hood as well. So when the motor was out, they completely painted the engine properly under the hood. This thing will just sit there and idle like this all day. It just thumps, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
You go ahead and go around to the back key. I'll rev it up a little bit.
That sounds nice.
It's idling right now at about 1,000 RPM. And the cool thing about this car, it's got 88,268 actual miles.
Very cool. And as we go to the interior too, you can tell a lot of the interior is original.
Yeah, you definitely can tell on that. But the way this body is, how this thing just lines up, front to back on the gaps, the back of the hood meets the back of the cowl, the top of the fender, top of the door, all of this, if you can kind of come into here, just line up perfectly. And it's like that on both sides.
Like I said, just a perfect fit there.
Yeah, this is the previous owner that I bought this from had this car, I'm guessing around 14 years according to the title. So it was in his private collection. We bought a couple Mopars from him. This one and a 65 Coronet 383 4-speed. So both of these cars were just nice, solid survivor cars with one repaint. That's how I'd classify as this car. Original interior, and we'll get to that in a second. I love what he did with the style and size of the rims. This car just has a perfect stance, in my opinion, and a really good look. So we'll get to the tire size here in a minute. If you have one of these at home and want this same exact stance, we have two 1570 15s on the front with a really nice set of Cragar SS's. Tire tread is deep on that, so the tires are like new on it as far as the tread goes. Our gap from top to bottom, everywhere you go in this car, I'm really sure that it's a rust-free original panel car, and that's what the previous owner said as well. If you go to our website, guys, coyoteclassics.com, you're gonna see about 25 photos of the undercarriage showing it's all rust-free original as well. I didn't see any patches, anything underneath on the floorboards or trunk. As we go across the roof, it's laser straight. I don't see a dimple anywhere in this silver blue paint. As we go down here to the sail panels as well, paint is excellent. One other thing I want to point out, Dalton, is the trim. So it's an 88,000 mile car. I'm guessing the bumpers were probably re-chromed because they're immaculate, but all this trim on here for one of these 500s, yes, you have some pits and stuff like that around the edges, but all in all, for this trim, a lot of times they're beat up and dinged up, and this one's really clean.
You know, just kind of your typical minor wear and tear.
Yeah. As we go up and down the sides, the body is laser straight. The paint is still in excellent condition. Dalton, as we go around a little bit, if you can just find the little chips as we go. I don't think there's too many. The bottom of the quarter is rust-free and in excellent shape over the wheel well, and then in front of the quarter, the same thing. I mean, there's no body filler or nothing here, guys. That is all original metal. Rocker panel, corner of the door. Again, you're not going to get one to fit any better than that from the quarter panel rocker door. It's great. car.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful paint.
So as we take a peek here on the interior, you can tell here the exterior paint where they didn't quite jam this. This is all the original seam seal right here, Dalton. As you come in here, this is the original paint here still. Rust-free doors. Underneath the door, original door panels. They did go ahead and blend in just a little bit of paint here in the door jamb by the quarter area when they reshot it. Same thing in here, the front edge of the door. You can buy this car with confidence. It's about as rust-free as a guy's gonna find a 1967 Coronet 500.
Like you said, a lot of Moparts rusted out.
Yeah. Check out these door rubbers. They're the original rubber still. They're still a little bit pliable, which is really nice. Most time they're really hard on that. Original handles, armrest, base, pads are original. Door panels look original and they're in excellent shape. Dash pad and speaker. The dash paint is all in fantastic shape, all on the top, and the dash pad is perfect. It does have the factory bucket seats, guys, with the buddy seat, and everything on the interior as far as the seats go appear to be original. There is a little seam split there that needs to be sewed on the headliner. I didn't notice that before. Dome light works. The visors have the little clips in them. They're all nice and tight. The rear view mirror is nice and tight. It does have its factory AM radio. Pretty plain as far as the car goes, just an 88,268 mile heater. Looks like it does have the AC controls. All that stuff is no longer there now that it is a Hemi. Aftermarket gauges down below. As far as the dash goes, the paint on the dash is in great shape, but as we go around this little chrome trim, not terrible, but you can tell it's original, so it's just chipping a little bit here and there. Steering column still original and nice. As far as our windows go, the felts are in excellent shape. The windows go up nicely, and they seal really nice. As we go up here, the whole window seals perfectly. Check this out, Dalton. A guy could even make it that much better if you change that roof rail rubber. That's still original, 88,000 miles.
That's what's so cool about this car is the combination of, you know, very original, but yeah, you got that big Hemi.
Yeah, what a sleeper. Well, I shouldn't say sleeper. They did go ahead and put those
Hemi badges.
Yeah. Now here's what I like to see. This is the original paint, guys. So they did redid the original paint under the hood, but they did not in the trunk lid. So the bottom of the trunk lid's still the original silver blue. Inside here, they did go ahead and reshoot around the jam area. So they painted the car like with the trunk lid off.
It's the original trunk lid, original quarters too.
Original trunk lid rubber, okay? So as we get in here, it is the original quarters. That's not welds, that's the factory little holes for your clips for your emblems. Original quarter here, original quarter here, original jack, all that still in its factory spot.
That's pretty cool, you don't see that too often.
That's a damn nice car, man. I'm excited to get behind the wheel and drive it. Back bumper's been re-chromed. It's got a really nice sounding dual exhaust, nice chrome tips coming out the back, just how I would do it if I would have done this car. As we look at the driver's side, both sides are laser straight. I don't think you're gonna get the body any straighter. I mean, this car, if you wanted to, this car is straight enough you could go black with it and it'd still look awesome.
Looks sweet and black.
Inside here, never repainted it, guys. That's all the original paint, and look at the condition of it and how nice that is. Cool, huh? Look at it, rubber in there.
Cool.
I did find a couple little specks of rust, guys, and it's just on the outside, just a couple tiny little paint blemishes. But as we go to the inside right here, super solid metal as well. And on our website, you can see the inner fenders, just very, very clean. In the front here, in front of the rear quarter, it's excellent. The door does suck in just a little bit here. At the very bottom, rocker panel's perfect, bottom of the door, no bubbles, blisters, lower fender, excellent. So as we went around this, even though this is a little older paint, it still shines awesome. There's a tiny little chip here, but I didn't see many chips at all.
I didn't either. There's maybe a little hairline.
Yep, little hairline crack right here. That's pretty much it. Let's take this beauty for a ride. Both the doors, they open and close with ease. They line up nice. Again, as we come in here, the corner of the door appears to be original, rust-free. Armrest definitely is original. It's starting to split right here. Could be replaced. Door panel looks really nice in the door jamb area. This car's never been painted any other color besides that one repaint that I can tell anywhere on the car. I gotta make a mention here. The seats right here, the seats are original. So there's a couple little spots right here. It's a little tear, not all the way through, just a little crack on the outside blue. And there's a seam spot right here. The stitching's come loose. Other than that, the seat backs are in great shape. Carpet could be original as well, guys. Not 100% sure. You can see it's got some fuzziness to it, but it's still nice and clean. It's got seat belts in the front, retractable. It's in the front and seat belts in the back. Hey, that's cool.
That is cool. You know, kind of with the maintenance record.
Original Certicard with it as well. So this car was sold in, where did it get sold at? The zip code here. Did it say?
That was in Texas. Denison, Texas.
Okay, that's why it's solid, man. Sold brand new to old Fred. No, who was it sold to?
That
was the dealer. Yep. Texas,
cool.
Awesome. And it's got some maintenance records there, 2D?
And the build sheet.
No way. Broadcast sheet with it?
Yeah.
Cool. Too bad this wasn't a real Hemi, bud.
I know.
Got some pretty cool stuff with it. Here's some information. Had 15,000 miles in 70. He did keep a little journal there for just a little bit in there. But really neat information. Glad you found that. Here's the certification card. Let's not make sure we don't get rid of that. So great car, guys. Radio is 100% complete. And now that you have the Hemi, it does not have a heater. So the heater controls are all there, but the heater and the radio don't work. Yeah, it starts so easy, doesn't it?
Remember when this thing first came in and we drove it, and it hauls ass?
Yeah, we took it for one spin. I'm hoping it. I'm excited about it. Gas gauge works. We went ahead, and the temperature gauge right now is about 185. Oil pressure's 65, 70, something like that. Amp gauge does not appear to be working. So horn works, tack works, gas gauge works, radio, amp gauge, and heater does not. Wipers work. We can drive this baby in the rain even though we wouldn't. Both of those windows on my side went up very smooth. Now, I didn't touch these dual quads. It's just the way this car came in on a storage. I thought it idled pretty good, a little low, but I didn't want to really open up a can of worms here. I thought it ran pretty good the first time we drove it. The little turn signals here on the front work as well. Hemi. I love the Hemis.
They're fun.
This thing, once we warm it up a little bit, she really goes. As far as our speedometer goes, speedometer works perfect. And as far as I know, I think we just got regular drum brakes and they stop really good. Brakes seem to stop excellent. Out here at an idle, we're running about 900 RPM and our oil pressure is still right around that 60-pound mark. So we're going down the road. We did go ahead and straighten out the steering wheel, what that needed to be done, and Tim did a good job on that. So steering goes nice and straight down the road. Too. We were doing 65, 70, and this car just pulls and sits you right back in your seat right now.
Yeah, it's a fun car to drive.
I love it, man.
And with the low original miles, you know, it handles, you know, it feels like an old grandma car, but with a ton of power.
It does. It certainly does. So this is a car, guys, as far as the brakes go, drum brakes, but they stop fine. Goes down the road, awesome. It can be driven anywhere. It's kind of one of those kind of cars, but like Dalton said, with a ton of power.
All right, guys, get on the website, check this thing out. Just an awesome car. CoyoteClassics.com.